first began with the vertical landing rockets. They took off vertical, now they landed vertical. Then there were the war drones, high above the Earth, heavily armored. There was the train that went between the Earth and the Moon. It was a monorail system that also wrapped around the Earth. So we have a unified transportation system. These are the Reese monkeys. They were cloned Reese monkeys that didn't have brains, so they had to put AI intelligences inside of their brains. And in order to do that, they had to make big eyes. Anyway, science had come a very long way, and they had even gone so far as to open up a portal. They were going to use it to make energy, but that didn't work out really well, so they had to sort of seal it and leave it locked away. We did manage to make ionized solar wind sailing, in which we were able to send more probes out into the universe. We found out this was a really easy way to harvest energy, so we set up bases on the moons of Jupiter and Saturn, and we had bases everywhere. We had even put a giant solar array to capture the energy of the sun. Using that, we were able to send out as many as we could, as many as we wanted to. We even built a ship big enough to fit the Earth's population inside of it. That ship then made a hasty retreat to the farthest reaches of the galaxies. That was the beginning of the Empire, when our domination over the universe began, and we reached out into the ends of the universe itself. Because we had stars to power our way, it was nothing. We had reached what would become known as the end of the universe. We had to send a probe there, of course. And we don't really know what they found, but they believed it was the end of reality and that on the other side was nothing. So they set up probes and more scientific instruments, and we began to develop a sense for the entirety or the totality of the universe. We had set up a temple that floated above a planet nearby the edge of the universe. Indeed, our probes had become so advanced that we had discovered a way to set them up near black holes. So that was the total of our technology. We learned that you could turn a blue star into a yellow star. And by using the turn the blue star into a yellow star technology, we soon discovered that we could engineer stars. This had interesting consequences, of course. Imagine just being able to decorate space with stars, and that's what we did. Any color that we wanted to. Now imagine this. Imagine you're a child born into space. And for these purposes, you grew up in the universe. The galaxies is your backyard. And the power of that universe was in your hands. As an adult, you may not use it as much, but you still had master control over it. And by the time you were old, you felt that it was time to finally just let go of that power. And indeed, that's what became of humanity. We had reached that zenith. They died. And it was time to move on. The universe was conquered. There was nowhere to go. So they sent a probe back to Earth to see how things were. And they were really shocked to find that everything was great. No humans. Life was luscious. And to this, I would also point you to the Zoology 5024 video to show you a concept of what the animal life on this Earth was like. Anyway, so humans figured this would be a great place to go retire, having, conquered everything. They figured they'd set up camp and live their lives here. Soon they had little robot servants to help them take care of them as they were. These robots became more intelligent and developed personalities, even consciousness. So much the fact that they became another class of citizen. And this is what the previous video has gone into. The departure of the robots from civilization. And the ensuing catastrophe that would happen, leading up to 5024.